I'm not sure if you can see the moisture in that, but good God. Hey guys, welcome back to an incredibly comfy, flooded with flavour episode. Today we are going to be smoking. Oh damn, this is going to be interesting. This beautiful rack of pork ribs. So the kind of thesis for this one was, well, two things. Firstly, I already have a pork butt on the smoker, and I was like, well, I'm running wood, so I may as well burn two things at the same, or not burn, cook two things at the same time. And the second thing was the other day, I saw Malcolm Reed put out a video doing pork ribs, Texas style, with butcher paper, and it's something that I've actually done before and I absolutely love. So I saw that and I was like, you know what? Let's do that again for a video. We're doing a Texas style pork butt, why not do Texas style pork ribs at the same time, right? So, as you may have heard already, we have literally inclement weather right now, so this is going to be a very interesting cook. In the spirit of keeping things simple, all I've done is remove the membrane off the back of the ribs. So I did it off camera, it literally took 30 seconds, I've done it before in videos. If you want to know how to do it, then watch my old pork rib video, or, I mean, there's a billion guides on YouTube. But other than that, these are your pretty standard St. Louis cut spare ribs. St. Louis basically means that they just take the loin back, I believe it is, off the top, so they're nice and square up. So my camera decided to die on me halfway through the shoot, so we're going to film this little section here just on my phone. Real simple though, all we're going to do is rub these bad boys. On the back, we're going to go on with the same rub as the pork butt video. 4-part 16 mesh ground black pepper, 2-part kosher salt, and 2-part Lowry seasoning salt. Real simple. Bone side first, then meat side second, just so we don't damage that bark. And that's pretty much all we need to do. We're going to let them run on the pit for maybe 6 or 7 hours at about 250 to 270. But I'm going to update you guys on the actual camera throughout the cook. So for now, let's get them on the pit, and I will see you on the real camera in a second. So we're about an hour and a half into these pork ribs right now, and they're looking pretty damn good. The ribs starting to adhere, we're starting to get that beautiful mahogany kind of look that we want to help build the bark, but they are looking a little bit dry, so just like I've just done to the pork butt, we're going to spritz the ribs with just pure apple cider vinegar in a misty spray bottle. Nothing much to it, just get a moist coating on the top of them. So time to go back into the heat for another few hours and I'll report back. Okay, when I say this has not been an easy cook, I mean it. Heavy winds that are sporadic and not consistent, so you can't even control for them. Heavy rain that's kind of let up a little bit now, but it's still pretty heavy. This has not been a great cook. Not everything is going to plan, however, we'll get there in the end. So, about 5 hours into the cook, and as you can see, these ribs have got some really damn good colour on them. We're running quite far behind the schedule, I'm not going to lie, but as I've just shown you, there's a reason for that. We are dealing with rather temperamental weather, to put it lightly, but we're just going to roll with it. We'll be eating a little bit later than expected, but all is good. So we're going to wrap these bad boys in butcher paper. I'm trying to think of the best way to go with this. Maybe if we start here, we go like that, we fold the sides in, and then we simply tuck and roll. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Right then, back on the pit for the remaining, to be honest with you, I don't know how long. I'll tell you at the end. It might be 2 hours, might be 3 hours, might even be 4 hours. Depends what the weather's like. Let's hope it plays nice. So the ribs are done. I left them in wrapped for maybe another hour at about 275 on the pit, and then pulled them when they were probe tender, probing like maybe 205, and left them to rest for maybe 45 minutes. And now is the moment of truth. Time to unwrap these bad boys. They're unwrapped pretty quick, but goddamn, looking mighty fine. We got a little bit of tallow there inside the butcher's paper that, of course, we're not going to let go to waste. Oh, look at that porky liquid gold, baby. That is what I'm talking about. I'm going to save the butcher paper and use that as a fire starter next time I fire at the pit. Don't leave it too long, but if you leave it for like a couple of weeks, it'll be fine. These things are really good fire starters. And with that said, my friends, if I squat down far enough, there we go. It's time to try these bad boys. Gonna do the usual, flip them over, just so it's easier to cut them. And the ribs on this rack actually run diagonally, which is a little bit awkward to cut, but not too bad. Oh man, oh ho ho. Now, we have what I'm gonna call, oh my lord. My friends, that is, what is it? Whenever I do ribs, the sun comes out. There's something about that. Maybe these ribs are holy. That right there is, oh, I'm not sure if you can see the moisture in that, but good God, that is an incredible pork rib. The bark is kind of not quite as briskety as I would have liked. I think it maybe needed another hour or two in the smoke for that, but I ain't mad about that at all. That looks goddamn exceptional. I am very, very happy with those, which means there's one last thing to do. Try me a rib. So this is a pretty much flat on the 6-hour smoked brisket style pork spare rib, St. Louis style spare rib. Going in. Oh. Oh my God. You know, pork ribs are one of those bites of barbecue that no other kind of like food or culinary style can even match. Obviously, pork ribs are a staple of barbecue, but when done this way, I feel like they're actually at their best, because a lot of the time when you glaze pork ribs, you mask the actual taste of the pork and the pork fat and the smoke sometimes that you get from obviously smoking the pork rib. But I mean, as you can see here, that was such a clean bite, which shows that we rendered the fat perfectly and cooked them perfectly. The bark is a little bit crispy, but not burnt, not overcooked in any way. Cooked perfectly, set perfectly. The absolute, I gotta say, right, I added maybe half a part more pepper to that rub last night, and that was one of the best decisions that I've ever made on planet Earth. That rub is the perfect combination of saltiness and pepper. The pepper overpowers the salt just a little bit, which is exactly what you want on like a Central Texas kind of rub. You want the pepper to stand out a bit more. You don't want it to be overly salty, but man, you can taste the salt. You can even taste the garlic and definitely the MSG from the Lowry's a little bit. I mean, dude, just look at that. Look at that. I gotta go in again for another bite. Man, you know when the bone is that clean after a bite that you've cooked them perfectly. They're not falling off the bone. The meat isn't falling off the bone at all. They're not overcooked. But I mean, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm going to take one more bite just for you guys to show you how well these are cooked. As you can see, the meat comes off so easily. That right there, I said it again, that right there is a perfectly cooked pork rib, done brisket style, in butcher's paper. I've done it before, but shout out to Malcolm for the inspiration for making this video. It was an absolutely great idea. And with that said, I'm gonna round it out there because, I mean, I've got more than a whole rack of ribs to eat now. I got a lot of protein and a lot of collagen and a lot of good fats here to eat before I go to the gym and lift incredibly heavy. Let me tell you fellas, this bulk has like massively increased the amount that I'm lifting, and I'm pinning all of that down to barbecue. So I'm gonna go eat the rest of this rack and also finish the pork butt over there that you've probably already seen the video for, but right now it's taking literally forever to cook, which is great. So as always, I'm awful at rounding stuff out. Thank you all for watching, I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like if you haven't done so already. After seeing that, how could you not subscribe and leave a like? Dude, look at that, how could you not leave a like? And I'll catch you all in the next one. Oh, that is a good rack of ribs.